This music has me amped. It's kind of cool. Trying to sit a little centered here. I think I just need to rotate the camera. Maybe. That help? Oof. That's dangerous. And now I think I broke the focus of the camera. Focus, focus. This is weird. But I'm trying to get my camera to focus on me. And it's really struggling. But I think I got it. Hello again, once again. It's been a while. And I'm going to explain all the reasons why in today's video, because I think it's important, and there were a lot of lessons learned from the project that I tackled here. Man. My camera is just really struggling to focus here. So what if I do this? There we go. If I push a button. And I want to be a little more centered. So I have to scoot over some. Push that back. All right. I think that's where it's going to be. So, welcome back, everyone, to the RPG Daily. I really have to find new music now because a couple great things happened since the last time I streamed. One, I hit 1,000 followers, and I think I'm currently up at 1,050. So, the growth is there, and I appreciate all the time that you guys spent watching the videos and watching the shows, because of that, I can now monetize my videos, which is kind of a big deal. And soon I'll be able to get the community tab on Facebook, which means I'll be able to communicate better with the YouTube community, which is my main focus. I do post stuff on Instagram and things, but really YouTube is where it's at. I like making the videos. So, having the community tab, once that's activated on my account, will be a godsend, for lack of a better word. Now, we have some updates. Since the last time we streamed, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, so it's been a while, I was able to accomplish my mission. I finished the book. We got it done. My one-shot story is completed. I'm going to show you here in just a brief moment the end result, because I think it turned out pretty good overall. I think. So, I guess we'll just get into it. Let's just take a look. So this is the book Dead of Donar Son. I don't know why it has the little blinking cursor up there, but this is the book, how it turned out, the cover, and I'm going to go into a little bit of all this formatting stuff that I did. During this video, I'll share some of that information, but the cover design is a mix of a clip art that I got from DM's Guild. You can get free to use clip art from there that are only usable when you're publishing on DM's Guild. So it's like a double-edged sword. And a texture that I purchased. I paid $1 for this texture pack, and I had to give the guy credit for it, but I was able to put this thing together, and I kind of like the look of it. It makes it old, but it also has, the crypt going on, which is fun for me. We're going to go through it. So, next page. The legalese is here. I put my logo on it this time, along with the DM's Guild logo on the inside. I thought it looked better having the logos on both the inside. The rule is you have to have it on the outside for DM's Guild. That's the rule. But on the inside, they don't say that. Now, let's just... why is this... It's trying to make me edit my thing. I don't want to. For some reason, it's also not letting me just use my arrows. So, going down, we get into the actual book. I put information on information boxes, description text, how to place the adventure, some common abbreviations. I tried to lead in with some more information for new dungeon masters who might be running this for the first time, but then I realized after this, I feel like I did not hit my mark, which we'll get to. Then it goes, and I started adding some pictures. I have Chap Brando, the zombie Arctic hares, Chap Brando, the different sections. I was able to get things formatted, so information boxes, read aloud text boxes are here. Different types. I have my gelatinous cube location table that we had mentioned, an idea of gelatinous cube roaming the dungeon, kind of hunting the players or the characters, the different locations of the dungeon, the chapter of Brewbuck, meeting Brewbuck Goldgrip, dealing with him, fighting with him, giving guidance to the players on that, or to the DM on how that can work. And then an Escape the Underdark scenario, which this is another thing I'll talk about, is like my least, I'm least proud of this, what came of that, but we'll talk on that one. And then the end, I came up with several different read aloud text endings, depending on what the party does. If they kill Brewbuck and escape with the stone, the phylactery, they'll get one thing. If they keep Brewbuck alive and are able to escape, there's another thing. And if they get trapped in the dungeon, there's another scenario where they can return to Crag's Breach, or they're trapped, like we had mentioned in one of the streams previously. Then I have my stat blocks that I used. I kind of did a simplified stat block because I wanted to be able to stack them, and the formatting software wasn't letting me stack things together. But I was able to get the zombie Arctic hare, Chap Brando. I made him a little stat block. He's just a simple human, real simple. The rust monster, the dark mantle, the giant wolf spider, a skeleton. I also had a zombie. I have the gelatinous cube stat block. All of these I think I was okay to do because I published on DM's Guild, and these are they're not in the basic rules anymore. Surprise. Which is why it's good I decided to go publish on DM's Guild. And then, of course, the last, Brewbuck Goldgrip, the minor prospector turned necromancer. So I got all his stuff put in here as well. I had a little problem with some formatting on this. And then I made the dungeon map, which it looks silly, but I hand drew this, which I'm very proud of. I hand drew it. Then I brought in the computer, basically darkened the lines a little bit, and added the numbers. Simple. And then put it on the texture. I did that, and I have a player map, I have a DM's map, and player map is number 14, and then I have the page 15, aka 17, is the back page, where I have some thank you, the link to my website, which is now actually up. Just a big thank you, texture artist, or cover artist texture, and some thanks to the folks who showed up in the stream during the whole process and gave information, like personal information. Dustin Wears Pants and Rice Combo. Rice Combo actually wrote the poem that I use. It's kind of a riddle at the Golden Door. I have one that's called the Golden Door, and they are able to get this. It says, "The way before you is locked and sealed. The key required you must yield. Maw of metal, silk that unsettles, and the fear of darkness between. Collected, combined, the key you will find." And Rice Combo came up with that. I removed a couple words here and there, but that was his work, and it was very much appreciated because I was like, I got to come up with this, and I'm bad at riddles. And he just did it right in the chat. Anyway, let's talk about some of the lessons learned on this project. First off, formatting. Formatting was quite fun. I actually did enjoy getting into the formatting of this. So I'm going to... I'll show you this actually here. This website, this is where it is published live on dmsguild.com product. The link is in the description of this video. I did a pay what you want. They always say, put your suggested, even if you aren't really expecting people to buy it, which I'm not. I'm expecting everyone to just pay nothing for it. Do a pay what you want instead of just doing a free version. So then people can take the time, and some people may want to choose to support. I'm indifferent. This is pay what you want. You can get it. It is live now. It's been live for a couple days. That is that one. So the tools. I use the tool called GM's Binder. Or is it GM Binder? There we go. gmbinder.com is the tool I used. Log in. And you can actually see how this kind of works. It's very, very similar to the Home Brewery, homebrewery.net. Real similar to that, where you have a code on one side, which is above my head. And I actually do like to zoom in a little bit on these. I like to have this a little larger when I was working on it because I could see the code better. So you have the code on one side, and then it creates the book on the other side. In this case, I kind of messed up a little bit because I needed to make a new thumbnail so people could read the title, and I removed the title, and then it auto-saved, so now I don't have a title on my cover. But I still have the title here, and you can see I can scroll down, and you can see how the code could interact. The neat thing about it is I can hover over a text on the formatting side of it, click the little box that shows up, and it takes me right to the format text. And so it's a great way to hop around if you're at a section, which I didn't realize that till the last day I was working on this. But any heading, basically anything that has a heading you can jump to, which is really cool. But using GM Binder, I found this is actually the format I really like to use. I was able to get it looking really good, in my opinion. I'm thinking this is like an 8.5 out of 10 in terms of format looks go for these books. I've seen the Word document ones, not a huge fan of those. I've seen the Google Drive ones, not a huge fan. But this one gave me everything I wanted. I'm yawning because it's noon. Drink some of that. So, the idea here was I formatted it. This was a lesson to learn, but so let's just talk about some of the stuff on this project. It was quite a thing, and I intend to move on and go ahead and write another one, taking some of these things into account, so I don't just learn it and then not use it anymore. You got to get better. You got to do something better. First thing first would be, when doing one-shots, playtest it very early on. I would say, for me, what probably would have been better if I came up with the concept, broke it down, playtested it that very first week of the month. If I could have pulled that off, that would have been ideal. I was a little hesitant on playtesting because I didn't have a super solid idea. But in the end, what that ended up happening was, when I finally playtested, I had way too much content. I had spent so much time making this other content that I wasn't actually going to use. I have to erase that. But because I wasn't actually going to use that for this, it was just a lot of wasted time. So for one-shots, that's my big takeaway, is playtest early and playtest often to get it done. This one, I didn't playtest it enough, so that's where I have my hesitations. Also, start writing probably day one. I think for me, that probably would have helped if I had came up with the idea and then just sat down immediately to write at least the adventure synopsis and the background. So then that would give me something to focus on while I'm doing the rest of it. How I ended up doing this process was more outline, and then in the last 3 days of the month, or the last 5 days of the month, I spent 2.5 days writing it all out, just on a Google Doc, going crazy. It turned out to be about almost 4,000 words. I think over that now, because I did write some extra in the layout. And then I spent 2.5 days doing the layout, which was a lot more than I had anticipated. So now I would feel like I would need a week to do the layout better. So I would want to finish writing it, and give myself a week window. So it's really all about time management, I think. Because the nature of this project, or this challenge, that was the nature of it. I did accomplish it, but I didn't do it well as I would have liked. So, am I going to do another 1 month challenge? No. Not like this. I would like to probably write one more one-shot, is kind of my idea. Do one more one-shot and do that. Maybe live stream some updates on it, talking about that project as I go through it. Not necessarily try to make it a 1 month thing, maybe a month and a half. Maybe now that I've done this, I could get in onto the RPG Writer Workshop next time they come around and actually succeed. And then get that adventure in the RPG Writer Workshop bundle that they usually produce. Which that might be nice, because I've now done the Writer Workshop twice, and both times I've not succeeded in getting my project done. If I do it one more time, which that's kind of the plan, then I'll get it done. After I do another one-shot, I do want to do another adventure that is more of a campaign, and that would be a much longer project. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. It could be, I could just write it as a series of one-shots. I could write it as just, the whole project, like what I was kind of doing for the Dead of Donar Son, where I had, much more of a campaign kind of structure to it. Either way, I think I definitely want to do that, and I already came up with an idea for it. I'm just trying to figure out how it would work, and I need to do some research. I just think it would be really fun for the next one to do a murder mystery. But I know there's a lot of stipulation and problems with running mysteries in D&D games, because when you watch a mystery, the viewer knows the answer before the people do. That's kind of the fun of it, is you figure out the answer before the characters figure it out. But if you are what's the word? If you are playing the mystery, if you are the characters, you have to figure it out, and it's a lot less fun to figure out the mystery at the same time as the characters. So there's a lot there that I want to try to find a nice balance to, and it would be a lot of work, but that's kind of a campaign I would like to write. The next one shot, I don't know, I might jump up to a second tier, like level 5, or that might be the best, is go up to level 5, or I could jump straight into my level 20 high-end one-shot, where I had already started on it multiple times, but now I have a better idea of how this works. I could do my Davy Jones one-shot that I have. I don't know. So last thing I'll talk about here, I guess, this section, I guess this is a lesson learned. I tried to do a section where I tried to explain some mechanics of the game, and it didn't hit the same way. It didn't land for me. And I will see, I'm going to be doing another playtest of it in like the next couple days, and I'm going to see how this actually plays out. But it's a segment called Escape the Underdark, and it was meant to be a skills challenge where the party are supposed to move quickly through this challenge that the DM puts in front of them, which is escaping the Underdark. And so in doing this, I couldn't just go back to 4th edition and rip the instructions right out of the book, because a lot of things they said, first off, was it didn't explain it very well in 4th edition. So I tried explaining it my way, and I just don't feel like I succeeded. But I did give an example. I gave some sample obstacles for the DM to throw at the party, and an example scenario with the dialogue in place, so you can see how that might actually work. And I gave some tips, familiar yourself with ability checks and skills and the basic rules, and then I have the development section on here of what happens. So this, I would probably, for me, really I should have spent more time. I should have spent a whole day writing this skills check. I didn't even click over here. I should have spent a whole day writing this Escape the Underdark skill check and going over it and reworking it over and over again, because I think it's just subpar compared to everything else in this adventure. But now it's out there in the world. It's out there. It's in the wild. Not a lot I can do about that now. I could go take it down, but why would I want to do that? I don't. So that's what I've learned from this whole process. It's been a month. I got it published on April 1st. It actually went live. So I think I was 1 day late. And that was largely the formatting's fault. Formatting took a while. But there you have it. That's all the stuff I kind of learned. We're going to get back into more regular videos. I do want to try, I guess, the future of this in the new pandemic world we're living in. Videos are fine. I can make videos. But I'm also going to try to get some interviews. I think live stream interviews would be really fun on this channel. If I'm going to reach out to some DMs and such around the world, try to get Discord calls and get a little hour-long interviews with them. I think that'd be neat. Anyways, that's kind of it. It's a short stream, only half an hour, talking about how it turned out. I appreciate you guys watching, whoever all checked in, saw what was going on. I would appreciate you guys to go download the adventure, see what you think about it. Let me know. Give me some feedback is always welcome. Yeah. So that's kind of been it. We'll get back to regular videos in the very near future. I've been Richard. Thanks for watching.